Now, even Christians will start to get visions. Sorry, guys, I'm picking up where I left off in my last video. The other video, I stopped the video because it was a 7-minute, almost 8-minute video. I had to stop it. So anyway, guys, so we continue where I left off. So I was in heaven, and this was a vision, which is another word for dream. So what happened, guys, was that when I was there, Jesus had shown me, after he showed me the houses, I heard the music in the background. I was listening music playing in the background. It was gospel music. But it's not like the music that you would hear on earth. You know, kind of like Waymaker, Miracle Worker, Promise Keeper. Because Jesus is the Waymaker. He makes a way, and he's the way to heaven. The only way to heaven. And after reading the Bible and watching videos and testimonies and about it, I realized that the Bible is true, it's real, it actually happened. And also just to remind you guys that Jesus is also the truth. So if you want to know the truth, you need to know Jesus. For Jesus is the truth, and you know him in the truth, it shall make you free. For Jesus said, he shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. These are his words. And he told me that. And after I heard all the music, I saw my loved ones in heaven. My great-grandmother, my Mimi, who had passed away on earth and went to heaven. My sister Abigail, who had passed away in 2001. She drowned in a lake. Now, some of my family thought it was suicide, but it wasn't. Abigail, you know, she passed away years and years ago. It's 2001, I guess. And she was a toddler, you know, she was a baby. She didn't know what was going on. She didn't know what she did. No, babies and toddlers do not go to hell. They go to heaven. For Jesus said that, suffer all these children that they come unto me. This is the words of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. And immediately, what Abigail did not go through on earth, what everybody else went through. Me and my family, you know, we were devastated. We were upset. We were sad. And ever since then, I wanted to be in heaven. And I wanted to know what it was like and what she was going through there. I saw her there. She had a big smile on her face. She was full of joy. She was excited. She was worshiping God on his throne. Bowing down, you know, worshiping God. You don't have to pray to God in heaven because you're there with him face to face. You spend time with him for eternity. It never ends. There's no end to it. And immediately, my grandmother, my Nana, my dad's mom, passed away January 2022, and I went to her funeral a year ago. Next year, it'll be going on 2 years ago, January 2022. She was about 71 years old. 71. She lived for 71 years since the 1960s and 1940s and 50s and 60s. She's been around for years, a century. So I saw her there too. They all had smiles on their faces, and I saw my friends, loved ones there. I see. When I mean by loved ones, guys, I'm talking about my family members on earth who had passed away. See, their mind, they had a new mind, a new heart, a new soul, and they had a new body, new strength. They were spiritual. It was transparent. I saw right through them at what was behind them, and what was behind them was a house. So immediately, they had a house too. See, God knows what you have and what you don't have in heaven. See, guys, there is no sorrow, there is no sin, there is no hate, there is no anger, there's no jealousy, there's no frustration, stress, or anything like this in heaven. Because if there was, God would cleanse it from his kingdom. He would get rid of it. Because all those bad things from the earth are not supposed to be in heaven. So basically, immediately, I saw all these things with my own eyes. I heard it with my own ears. I smelled it with my nose. I just tasted it with my mouth. There was fresh bread and honey, and they had a supper. When God said it was supper time, you know, it's really hard to talk about what God says because his words are not like our words. His thoughts are not like our thoughts. His heart is not like our hearts. God is not like us here on earth. He's not. And y'all need to know how God works. God is not a religion. God is not a waiter. God is not a slave. God is not, somebody to think that he has biceps and facial hair and a crown. And yes, he does have. He can't. Jesus has a crown on his head. He's got a crown, but it's not a crown of thorns like Jesus had when he was on the cross. He had a golden crown on his head to let you know that he's the king. That he's the King of Kings. That there is no king like him. There is no master like him. There is no God like him. There is no Son of God like him. There's nobody. And whoever claims to be God on earth is lying. And they're putting themselves before God. And the first commandment says, thou shalt have no other gods before him. You're not supposed to. That's a sin. And you're not supposed to put anyone or anything above the Heavenly Father. For you have committed sin also if you do that on earth. And they have shown me no sin can enter into heaven. It's like everything on earth I had was gone. I didn't even want it on earth. I wanted to be in heaven. I wanted to stay there. And after the whole thing was over, I crossed over to the dream world. And when I got there,